Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, September 18th, 2013. This is Talk to Me Tuesday, number 105 on a Wednesday. My apologies in advance if this gets a little long. I am going to go as quickly as I can because I have quite a bit to show. Also, apologies for being MIA the past month or so. I had some issues. I was back to work. I kept forgetting to ask to have the camera plugged in to charge. And when I did finally get the camera plugged in and charged and recorded a video, we had done a system restore on my computer and my movie maker was not working. So instead of adding stress upon stress, I just said, you know what, I'm done. So I was thinking of actually splicing that video in with this one, but because of the length of that and the length of this, it would have been too much. Easier to just start from scratch and do it all over again. So here I am. So I actually did make a list, so I know everything I have to talk about. First off, the Great Summer Slim Down ended August 31st. Yours truly did not lose 20 pounds of yarn weight loss, but that's okay. I did 7 pounds 11 ounces, 5 pounds of which was for the challenge within a challenge, and that was learning the new technique. My entrelac scarf, I've gotten 1 skein of yarn completed on it. I stopped because I did say I was going to be making a pair of fingerless gloves to go with it. I think I found the pattern I'm going to use. It's a really cool pattern. Once those are done, then I will go back to working on the scarf, and hopefully you'll see both finished real soon. No progress on my cardigan. We had some really, really hot days. It was just too much to try and sit under that. And when you stand still and you pour sweat, nobody wants to sit under anything heavy. So, no progress there. But we do have cooler weather starting to move in. So with any luck, we'll actually be able to work on it once more. I will say right up front, I am going to try my hardest to post links to any of the patterns that you see today. If I do forget to post a link for something and you see it and you would like to make it, then just let me know, because some of the links were already posted in older videos, so I'm not going to repost them again. So here we go. First off, the knitted patchwork recipe that I was working on, the lapgan. Last time you saw it, I was up to here. I've now added this in here. I have stopped working on it because I'm debating if I want to go ahead and try and do a big square on this side, big square on this side, and then one big square in the center, and then go back to working small squares, or do a big square and then just kind of work off the edges and then work in the center. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out, but when I do, you'll see. So that's progress on that. I also had mentioned that I was doing a pair of socks on a plane for myself, and I was putting the cabling on both sides of the sock instead of just the left or the right. I know you can't really see it, but I did do that. I did change the cuff. I didn't bring the cabling pattern up into the cuff. I've decided I like it the way it is, just the 2x2 ribbing. I did ask for a bit of advice on what type of bind off to use to make it stretchy. Erin, Give Me Yarn 418, is such a sweetheart. She said she uses the sewn bind off, which I did, and thank you very much. That works really well. All I have to do now is just sew the end in, and that one's done, and then just complete the other one. So there's that. Next up, the Crochet Crowd is having a fall challenge. It's to make wristers. It's a very simple, very easy pattern. The challenge says, though, that you do have to stick to the pattern. You cannot change the stitches in any way. You can change the yarn, you can change the size hook, but you have to stick strictly to the pattern. So I decided to make a pair for my daughter first. I'm going to try and get these on. They still need to be worn to stretch a little bit, but here they are. This is actually made using a Bernat yarn. I do not remember the color of the yarn itself, but it has purple, gold, red, and blue in it. This was the first one, and it caused nice chunky spiral. And the second one is actually thin spiral, but there's that pair. I will be taking a picture and emailing it to Mikey, and then I will probably do a pair for myself, so 2 entries there, but I think they came out really cool. Excuse me. So that's done. I'm going to go through a couple of small little things that we've done before I do the couple bigger things that we've done. So let me shift things. Next up is I've been doing a little dabbling here and there with double knitting. I actually found a tutorial online. The woman's YouTube channel name is Lotekma, Lotekma. She does a really good tutorial on how to do it. The only problem I had was she didn't show you how to finish it, because she actually binds 2 different ones together. But anybody who's not familiar with the double knitting, it's just using 2 different color yarns. One is dominant on one side, the other is dominant on the other. You don't see any purl stitches, all you see is knit stitches. So here's one side, and then there's the other side. So you can see just the difference in the 2. This one is predominantly green with the purple face, and this is purple with the green face. I did find online somebody who shows you how to do a really neat bind off for it that looks like that. I kind of like it, so I've been looking for patterns and charts for double knitting as well. Next up are 2 little things that my daughter and I did, 2 projects we did, one on one day and one on the next. First one up is this very cute little guinea pig, a little baby guinea pig. He's no bigger than one of my fingers. And so cute. He's got big, huge eyes. He's a little loppy, but that's okay. The pattern actually comes with the instructions for a solid color, and then you can also get instructions for doing different colors. So there's him. He's cute. Next up, unfortunately, I can try, and before I post the link to this pattern, I'll check to see if it's available yet. But it was for a cat and mouse set. And it was listed as only limited for a short period of time, but I have run into that and seen the same pattern a month later still available. So it's a little mouse. He is my little Halloween mouse. His ears and his tail are actually supposed to be done with DMC crochet thread in size 3. Don't have it, so I just dropped the needle size down a couple needles and used worsted weight, and it worked out fine. And instead of actually stitching his nose, I just used a bead. So there's my little mouse. And my daughter made one of each herself as well. Next up, anyone who watches my videos around Christmas time last year, I showed some knit Christmas ornaments that I did with a book I had gotten from the library. Well, this is on the same principle, but it is a knit Space Invader Christmas ornament. And anyone who's familiar with the video game Space Invaders, this is one of the little invaders that you have to kill. Used to be on Atari and in arcades. Other than that, I don't know where you would find it anymore. So, but there's that. And I used a thin yarn, I think it was like a lightweight baby yarn, and size 0 needles, so it is very tiny compared to the others. And then a second one I did is called, I believe the pattern is New Snow, so that's this. And what I actually did was took and started with the white and then used the dark blue for the background color so that the snowflakes would stand out as snowflakes. So, really cool, really interesting. Sorry if I keep looking down. I'm actually trying to keep this under a certain length of time. So that's the little stuff out of the way. Next up is the bigger stuff. So first off, a pattern that I saw that my daughter purchased for me for my birthday was this really cute little doll. And I would like to introduce everyone to Miss Luciana Lou Who. She's made using a pattern called the Lucy doll. My daughter chose the color for the hair, but she's a very sweet little doll. She's got this very cute little face. She's got this little buttony nose here that's just stitched on, and I think she's absolutely adorable. I added some buttons for embellishment. She got some stars and a little monster there. But she's very sweet. She's a pretty good sized dolly. I really hope you can see her. I know it's hard to see her shoes against my black. But that's Miss Luciana Lou Who. And it is a pay-for pattern. I believe you find it on amigurumipatterns.net, something to that effect. I'm not sure. Links, though, at the end, in the description. So that's Luciana Luhu. And when my daughter saw her, she really liked her and wanted one, which is highly unusual. So I would like to introduce you all to Miss Vriska Equius Luhu, daughter's name. She actually chose the colors for her dress and her hair and all. And Vriska's a little bit bigger than Miss Luciana Lu because the yarn made used for the body. She's just a little bit taller. But she chose the colors for her, and she also has some little buttons to embellish her little outfit. So that's Vriska Equius Luhu. So those are two new little ladies in the house. Next up is a pattern that was gifted to me by none other than our wonderful Erin, otherwise known on YouTube as Gimme Yarn 418. Is not having too good of a time, so she decided to try and lift my spirits and also give me something that may come in quite handy. So this is what I found when I went on Ravelry. It was a gifted pattern. It's called VooDoo You Love Me. I would love to introduce everyone to Stitches. Stitches is done with, like I said, the VooDoo You Love Me pattern found on Ravelry. I chose to make him using the Charisma yarn in Sunny Day that I received as a prize for the Whip-Along challenge I was in that was hosted by Miss Erin. And how appropriate. She buys me a parrot pattern for a gift, and I used the yarn that I won in one of her challenges. So that is my little Stitch. He's a voodoo doll, and Stitches, he's got this really cute little face, and I found a really old, kind of worn looking button for his eyes. So there he is. He's kind of floppy, but that's okay. I like him anyway. I think he came out really good, and of course I'll probably be making more. And last but not least, I would like to introduce everyone to Jellibean. Jellibean is done with the pattern called Gotta Love Me Monster, found on Ravelry. And the yarn is the Red Heart yarn in Black Light, which is like really cool. And I was going to use yellow to do the ears, the arms, and the feet. And then I saw how very little purple actually shows up in the yarn, so I decided to go with the purple. I think it's an excellent choice. There's Jellibean's little face, and Jellibean came out really cool. And I'd love to have a black light to see how it looks under a black light. That would be really cool. So that's Jellibean. And like I said, patterns in the description for anything I can link to. The only other thing I have to tell you about is a pattern that I did. It was a shark pouch. It was a birthday gift I made for my youngest son's girlfriend because she loves sharks. Unfortunately, I cannot show it to you because I do not have it here, but I will put a picture in at the end of the video so you can see what it looks like. I did make a couple changes. I changed the way the snout started out. I didn't really like that. It was supposed to have teeth made out of felt. I didn't like that either, so I ended up actually crocheting teeth on. And I left out the zipper for the closure. So, other than that, it came out really cool. We stuffed it full of little things for her. That was her gift for her birthday. And I know because she loves sharks, she would have been happy getting just the pouch. Other than that, I can't think of anything. You may see videos where I am wearing different clothing unless it's cold and I'm wrapped up in my shawl, because I think what I'm going to start doing is just little video clips each time I make something and complete it so that it actually can get spliced together, and instead of I have to locate everything and start at the beginning. Other than that, before I hit 15 minutes, I am going to say I look forward to watching everyone's videos. I hope you all have a wonderfully crafty week and a wonderfully crafty weekend. For me, I'm out of here. For you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever it is. I really do hope it's a great one, and if I screwed up anything in this, I'm not recording again. Bye!